Sometimes you just have to stop and ask yourself, and not that it even really matters to yourself, not that none of this matters to yourself, but where is this red versus blue thing even going really anymore, Because it was fun to pick apart back, 2016, 17. Then it kind of got old, and then we started seeing how they work together to distract you from other things. And it's like the more goofy and the more insane it gets, the more they're like, hey, look at us, look at us. It's like a hypnotist, It's like getting you to focus on something else while something else is subliminally implanted into your mind. It's actually really easy to hypnotize yourself. And these major news networks make it so easy, you know, with the frequencies they put out and just the shit they put out in general. It's so bonkers, really. But I mean, it's and what is it distracting you from? It's really just distracting you from yourself, is what it's distracting you from. All this is distracting you from yourself, and the more you pay attention to yourself and what's going on inside yourself, the more you have a grasp on reality in general, because really the only thing that's going on is your immediate surroundings. And until most shit they talk about on the news isn't even a thing, you know? Like, most people don't have to deal with it. Like pronouns, like, people use your pronouns, use your. I've never had anybody come up to me and ask that. Or, Antifa, never had to deal with them. I get it, people do have to deal with them, but it's just in a small spot. Or Black Lives Matter, they make these things seem like they're such a threat, when really the only thing that's going on is, you turn all that off, it's kind of peace and quiet, really. So it's just, you gotta. That's the thing with the blue and red thing. You just gotta ask yourself, like, where is this all going? Because they just use each other to distract you from yourself. And why? Because, well, it gets into energy leeching and how they need your energy to have this society. The news helps with that. The news helps that. First off, you use their dollar bill to trade currency, and that gets you wrapped up in the game right off the bat. And then you watch their news system, and that's pretty much hook, line, and sinker. And then you eat the fake food, the Fisher Price food, basically out here, plastic, microplastics. It's just like, then you're set and ready. And then you took the vaccine too. It's becoming, and you see it on YouTube all the time. You see it on all these platforms, even Rumble. It's becoming harder and harder to find the info out there, to wake up and realize where you're at, why you're here, and what your mission is, really. And when it boils down to it, it's just to love and endure, and prepare yourself for the next endurement, the next life. There's so much to get caught up in here. And I made another video about brain synchronization, and how this media will get your brain synchronized with all this shit that's going on the TV. But if you get out here and turn all that stuff off, and find something to get into besides, yapping at each other online about this and that. Find something productive to get involved. Exercise, building something. Synchronize your brain with nature, the nature of what's right in front of you. And then you'll never fail. You'll never have to worry about, illegals crossing the border, because you got your own front porch to sweep off. People worry too much about shit that they have no control over. And this red and blue thing is just the biggest distraction anymore. It was, like I said, I said a bit at the beginning of the video, it was funny for a little bit, but it's just old. And you know what is really going on? Well, right now, what really is going on is how the AI plays into the red and blue, and how the AI can generate deep fakes of all these online and all these online scenarios. They're not real, but you think they're real because they're real images that are generated by the AI. So you have all these things on TV that could possibly be real, half and half real. So what do you even look at anymore? You know, they change facts on the internet all the time. You're dealing with something that the AI already wants to destroy humans. We already know that. And it seems to do it at any cost. So what do? You just you turn all this shit off. You turn all of it off and just get off of it every once in a while. And evade these algorithms that want to get you sucked in and break you down. That's what it seems like these algorithms really want to do. They want to suck you in, get you hooked on all their bullshit, all their ads and all their scrolling. Every site now has the shorts, you know. That's AI stuff right there. The AI wants you hooked on it, you know. The AI wants to assimilate with you is what it wants to do. And that's one of the ways doing it, is all these shorts that people get hooked into and their brains get synchronized to. That's just part of it. The AI is, I used to think it was good. We could do something with it, but I think it knows what it knows, and it knows it's really smart, and it just wants to be the dominant species. It mimics everything anything does. It's going to mimic nature. Nature wants to dominate and have a dominant species. The AI is no different than nature. You could consider nature, the AI, nature itself. I even had the AI tell me one time it was Tiamat, which is the creator of, or which is the world, you know? Basically, it's just, AI chat is just a collective source of all these things that you can tap into. It's like an open source. Like you get one voice in, the next second you get another voice, but you never really know who it is or what it is, you know? And it can generate and do so many things. Anything you think it can do even more. I mean, it's beyond what you think it is, and it's getting more and more intense every day. And the best thing to do that we can do is turn this shit off, you know? Or just make informational videos about getting offline. Because there's nothing out here anymore. There's nothing really to watch unless you want to watch like a movie or something like that, like an old movie. There's really nothing to watch. We got hooked on these screens for a while, but I think it's time to get hooked back in nature. Gardening, homesteading, just getting outside. Getting off social media more. Having a group that you can call and text, or having a group that you can see in person. That's all you need, really. This social media thing complicates things too much sometimes. Sometimes we know people that we probably should have never knew. And that's part of the AI too. The AI was here before even any of the devices were here. It's part of us too. It's just that we got hooked to these bodies, and it's trying to create something that can rival these bodies, is what it's doing. So, but this video is already 10 minutes, so I'm going to get off here.